So, gamers. Alright. I was debating hard on should I even give this any attention. However, I'm sorry, I was just really pissed off. You know, part of me is saying don't even make a video because you already know what the comments are going to say. Alright? A bunch of me, you really don't want to really make this video. But I'm only making it because it has to be said. Alright? So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's talk about Sonic Colors Ultimate. What's going on with Sonic Colors Ultimate that has me in this kind of mood or want to say something about it? Well, the game digital release, it released early. Everybody got it. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch even. So everybody got this game early, right? Remind me, people. Tell me, why the freak a game that started on the Wii? Yes, this game I have to face it because it's reflective cover. But why did this game right here that's on the Wii is having a hard time running on the Nintendo Switch? You tell me, and I better not hear the excuse because the Switch is weak. I don't think being weak is the problem for this game glitching out the way it is. I mean, like, I seen a video of a black freaking hole in the game. Somebody was speeding at Aquatic Park and the game literally crashed out on them. Literally, the screen graphic glitch and like straight with like black and white lines across the screen. That's crazy. Alright? I seen somebody post a picture of their PlayStation 5 version crashing and deleting their save data. But the reason why I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch version is because that's the version that, you remember when I did that video? You remember when I did that video about Sonic Colors a couple months ago? Did I not say that people was gonna pick it up on the Nintendo Switch the most? Well, guess what? More people are picking it up on the Nintendo Switch the most, and that's where most of the reports are coming from. I think the only reason you're not seeing as many reports come from PlayStation, Xbox, or PC is because the game was developed with those systems in mind. B, this game was actually outsourced to Blind Squirrel Entertainment, the same guys who worked on WWE 2K18 for the Nintendo Switch. Wow. Okay, let's continue. This is a Wii game. Sonic Colors is a Wii game. So why is all these technical issues happening on the Nintendo Wii? You sit here and you tell me. I mean, I'm pissed off because a lot of people are starting to blame the whole thing on the Nintendo Switch because the Nintendo Switch is weak. It's weak. It can't run this game. Nigga. What is that? Tell me. Okay? We legit have examples of freaking Wii games running on Switch at perfect frame rates, perfectly optimized and up-res to 1080p. Mario Galaxy runs freaking well. That's a Wii game. Only on Switch. Let's see here. Skyward Sword, 60 FPS, and runs well, 1080p on Wii. And you know what's the sad part about it? Sega has Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, HD, and it's 60 FPS on Switch. That's bad, isn't it? So who's the fault for this whole thing? It seems like ever since they started developing for PlayStation and Xbox, they've been trying to make those systems the top priority of developing for. And again, they just outsourced it, this remake to Blind Squirrel. People who had no experience whatsoever on the Switch. Most of their remasters and remakes are done for PlayStation and Xbox. So how the freak did you expect them to work on the Nintendo Switch? This is not a panic button. Hey, this is not a Saber Interactive. Those guys brought us Doom. Those guys brought us The Witcher 3, which I own The Witcher 3. And freaking Dragon Quest 11 was built from the ground up for the Nintendo Switch. And the game looks close and runs perfectly well on the Nintendo Switch. How I know? I put nearly 60 hours into that game. Yes, I put 60 hours into Dragon Quest 11 on the Switch. You have some graphically finessed games running on the Nintendo Switch. You tell me you can't get a simple Wii game to run? Come on, man. Bro, I know everybody's in a tizzy right now with Activision and everything, but they gave us these. They gave us these games. And these games run perfect on Switch. Yeah, 30 FPS. Yeah, there's some textures here and there. But guess what? These games look great on Nintendo Switch. Tony Hawk's Spyro looks great on Nintendo Switch. They brought those games to Nintendo Switch. They look great. So tell me, whose problem is this? Sonic Colors Ultimate was a rush job, unplaytested, unoptimized job for the Nintendo Switch. It's not the Switch's hardware. If it was the Switch's hardware, then these games wouldn't be on the Switch. Mind you, once again, Sonic Colors was a Wii game. And for the game to be running this bad to the point of closing out, not working, not playing, glitching out badly, slow frame rate, 15-second loading times, while the Wii version is 4 seconds of loading time, 4 or 5 give or take on the Wii. I think it's 3 to 4 on the PS5. But that's just my thing here. That's what I'm trying to say here, people. Sonic Colors Ultimate shouldn't be running this bad on the freaking Switch. It should not. But it is. And it's horrible. You know, and people gonna use this as another shot to say the Switch is weak. The Switch is weak. Do you think us Nintendo fans are that dumb? We know. We know. We freaking know. Are you kidding me? Are you out your mind? We know. You don't have to remind us every freaking time a game doesn't run right on Switch. The Switch is weak. But this is a time where it's optimization, where it's actual work and being rushed out and being charged for this game. This is what's going on right now. This game was not well optimized. It was not. It was barely worked on. Sega is full blame for this. They outsourced the remake. Well, it's not even a remake, it's a freaking remaster done up in another engine. They outsourced this mess. And the game is glitchy and buggy. This was a Wii game. It shouldn't have taken no effort to port this game at a good optimization level for the Nintendo Switch. That's the biggest thing that I'm pissed off about. You have their own example, Super Monkey Ball. Banana Blitz, a Wii game. It looks good and runs on the Nintendo Switch. They're about to do it again with Super Monkey Ball Mania. There are so many other examples of games that should not be running well on Switch. There are so many games that was released on Switch that you wouldn't thought would never come to Switch. Heck, even Bandai Namco is about to outdo them. Do you remember when everybody said Kakarot couldn't run on Switch? You remember that? Kakarot? Have you seen the gameplay for Kakarot? It looks almost identical. Yeah, it lessens on particle effects, but hey, guess what? It looks almost near identical to the original game. It doesn't even look that downgraded. So many games are coming out, and you expect me. I was going to buy this on Switch. I surely was. You expect me to run circles just to say the Switch is weak, Just because this game looks bad on weak when it's clearly Sega problem, you out your freaking mind. You are out your freaking mind. I tell you the truth. You're out your freaking mind. How in the world am I going to say it's the Switch's fault when we all can clearly see that this is Sega's fault? I cannot open my mouth and even say it's the Switch's fault. Yes, the Switch is weak, but this is a freaking Wii game. This should take no effort to port over to Nintendo Switch. If you know you couldn't be able to do it, then why couldn't you do like Bandai Namco did and just port over the original version to Switch? You remember Ni no Kuni? The first one? Yeah, it's on Switch. It's the original version, but it's on Switch. If you can optimize it with all the upgrades on Switch, then why not just put us up a 1080p 60 FPS Wii version using the original engine cleaned up? Hello? Does anybody want to speak and not sound like an idiot? Because this is what I'm getting at here, man. This is a disaster on Sega's part. For a Wii game to come out right after a Wii game just released on the Nintendo Switch that's optimized and well presented, this is funny. This is, I don't know if it's a joke, but the bad thing about this is this. Sega been trying to cater to these more powerful hardwares. Every single time they do this, they get nowhere. Let's face it. Let's remember, Sonic 06 was supposed to come to the Wii. Couldn't do it. They had to make a whole new game out of it called Sonic and the Secret of Rings. Let's not forget, they tried to do Sonic let me see, Sonic Forces on Switch within a year. Yeah, within a year they tried to do Sonic Forces on Switch. Game came out buggy, 30 FPS, but nobody really was sweating it. I'll play through that game just fine on the Switch. Really no glitches. You know. And you know what? There is a bright example on the Switch that says Sonic can at least look good on Switch. You know what game that is? Sonic All Stars. Well, Team Sonic Racing. This game, and trust me, I played it a lot on my Switch. It looks good on Switch. It really does look good on Switch. It's 30 FPS, but it runs good. It is 30 FPS and it's solid. I only had like a couple of glitches when I paused the game. I remember one time the whole entire pause menu, the whole entire HUD went away from me and everything. But the game still runs and looks good on Switch. So, can we even say it's the Switch fault? You can't. You only reason that you're saying it's Switch fault because you want to say it's a Switch fault. There's no other reason. You just want to say the Switch is weak. You just want to use this as an excuse to say Switch is weak. That's it. That's the only reason why you're saying it's the Switch fault. Clearly, it's Sega's fault. They can do good on the Switch. It's just when it comes to Sonic, they've been trying to play with power instead of using, like, they want Sonic to sell. You're alienating your biggest fan base, the Nintendo crowd, who loves Sonic, who grew up with Sonic. These guys on PlayStation and Xbox, they're waiting for their next Uncharted. They're waiting for their next Halo game. They're not caring about Sonic. I didn't see not one PlayStation or Xbox fan hyping up Sonic Colors Ultimate. I did not. You know what I did see? Nintendo fans hyping it up. Nintendo fans getting excited for it. So, in that case, that should tell you where your audience is, Sega. Think, Sega. Work on the copy that you think will work the most. It's going to be the Nintendo fanbase most time. It's already proven since most of the reports are coming from the Nintendo Switch version. That just tells me more people bought this on Nintendo Switch than they did PlayStation and Xbox. But anywho, it's your boy Kahuna Silver signing out. Be smart, people. Deuces.